What it is, what it do, man, you already know. It's Sweet 16, Elite 8. Hey, man, we had some good Sweet 16 games. Auburn, they came back. Michigan, Michigan had the lead. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fam. Y'all can see I got my family reunion shirt on. Shout out to the Jackson family. Pawpaw, Mom, Elliot, Martha Jackson. Hey, we had a great time on Saturday. We watched some basketball on Friday. Like I say, that Auburn-Michigan game. Michigan had the lead. Auburn come back, win that game. That boy Janai Brown, yeah, he nice. Michigan State, they get the dub over Ole Miss. Ole Miss made some mistakes late in that game. Michigan State capitalized, took the lead. Once they got the lead, it was a wrap. Florida, I knew Florida was going to do that to Maryland. Beat them by 16. Arkansas can't hold the lead. They had a 16-point lead in the second half, and they just let Texas Tech chip away. And then number 5 hit that 3 to send it in overtime. We got our first overtime game. You know what I'm saying? I got my buzzer beater in the round of 32. Then I get my overtime game in the Sweet 16. Texas Tech in overtime, get the win, move on to the Elite 8. Duke put up 100 on Arizona. Arizona tried to make a late comeback, but it wasn't enough. Duke moved on. Alabama set a record, 25 threes made. My boy Sears made 10 threes. I was like, he ain't gonna be able to do that again in the Elite 8. He can't, he is no way. But they hit 25 threes. They put up 113 points. They beat BYU. BYU had 88. In college, you put up 88 points, you should win. But Backyard University, yeah, they went back to the backyard. H-time. You know what I'm saying? Tough game in Indianapolis, playing against Purdue. Purdue was the home team. U of H went undefeated in the conference, in the Big 12 conference, so they accustomed to playing road games, and here we are on the road in Indianapolis playing against Purdue. Referees trying to keep it close, but U of H, you know, they had a nice lead, and then they let the team get back in the game, and they got back in the game, and it came down to an inbounds play. You know, I told my kinfolks this. I was like, Kelvin Sampson, it's all about attention to detail. He went back and watched Purdue defense on under the basket defense on inbounding the ball, and he knew if that player left the passer, then the passer would be open if he make the right decision. And that boy Kuzan, yeah, shout out to my kinfolk Al. I forget, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I know he said a new Kuzan. I think he said Kuzan. Yeah, that's his new way of saying cousin. But shout out to my kinfolk Al. But what a hell of a play for the U of H Cougars on that play, man. I seen that. Oh, I say, man, when I went back and watched it, I say, yeah, that's. And then Kelvin Sampson said it. You know, we worked on that the day before. They ain't been working on that all season. They worked on that the day before because, like I say, he went back and watched film, and that player, because they ran a hell of a play. You brought somebody to try to come to the basket. You was gonna get that little 10-foot floater, but he ran away. Boom, you pass it in, you wide open, and that boy Uzan get the basket. U of H move on to the Elite 8. Tennessee, they got off to a rough start against Kentucky. They got that game going in the second half, and they pulled it out against Kentucky in the Elite 8. On Saturday, like I say, shout out to the fam, man, the Jackson family. We had a great time at the park, man, laughing, rekindling. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't seen some people in over 20 years. It was just a beautiful thing. Like I say, shout out to my kinfolk Cynthia for making the shirt, but y'all know your boy had to do his shirt. Y'all know I had to do my shirt. I was the only one there with a doctored shirt. Yeah, because it's me. You know what I'm saying? The slizzy, the slap. You know he gonna do that. But yeah, Texas Tech, Florida, that was the first game on Saturday. Texas Tech, y'all returned the favor that y'all did to Arkansas. Y'all had a 10-point lead in the second half. Then you had a 9-point lead late. We riding back home. All I'm hearing is the Florida crowd every time I'm back. Wah! Wah! I'm like, God, no, they coming back. Hey, they came back, took the lead. That boy, what was it, Walter Clayton Jr.? Yeah, that boy there. Yeah, remember that name. Florida is back in the Final Four since Al Horford them, I think, with Al Horford and Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer, that squad. I don't remember Florida. They probably went to the Final Four again after that, but we remember Florida in the Final Four them last two years in 05 and 06 when they won national championships. But they back in the Final Four with an 84-79 win over Texas Tech. Tech couldn't hold on to that lead. The second game, Duke, Alabama, I told y'all, Alabama was not going to be able to shoot that rock. They made too many threes in that Sweet 16 game. Sears, at one point, was 0 for 8, I think, in shooting threes. I didn't get to see the second half. I was tired. I fell asleep. Duke ended up winning by 20. I think this is their third 20-point victory in the tournament. But, yeah, Duke, okay, whatever. They made it to the Final Four. So far they riding on that slap jinx because I ain't jinxed them yet. They still making their way through the tournament. But Alabama, you scored 113 points in the Sweet 16. You scored 65 in the Elite 8. Yee. That was almost a 50-point drop-off. That was a 48-point drop-off that y'all had. And Cooper Flagg and the rest of that team, hey, Cooper Flagg, you know, he's probably going to be the #1 pick in this year's NBA draft. Sunday games, oh yeah, Houston, Tennessee. Hey, Houston showed why they the best defense in college basketball. They gave up 15 points in the first half. It was 34-15. Tennessee tried, you know. I think they got the closest they got it to was like 11. U of H ended up winning 69-50. They too deep. They got a lot of they got like 6 players that can score double figures. You know, if like I say, Cryer only had 5 points against Purdue. They won by 2. Cryer came out finding his shot, and they was up by 19 at the half. So when Cryer is on, it's hard to beat U of H. When Cryer get hot and he get it going, everybody else, and then my boy Sharp shooter, yeah, he three threes in a row, and that just put the game away. Rick Barnes still ain't took Tennessee to a Final Four. He went, like I say, he only went to one Final Four in his history, and that was with the Longhorns. Yeah, and we got a new coach. Last game, Auburn, Michigan State. Michigan State just couldn't get past, like, in the second half, they'd get it to 6. Auburn will run it up. Janai Brown got hurt his elbow. We're gonna see about that, but hurt his elbow. But number 10 with the 2 names, he hit some big threes in the second half. They had a 12-point lead with Brown out, and they just held on. Michigan State couldn't just get it past 6 points. They had a chance, missed a 3 in the corner that could have cut it to 5. And Auburn was missing free throws late in the game that was keeping Michigan State in the game. But Tom Izzo, sorry, we're not going to the Final Four. We have all #1 seeds. We haven't had this since 2008. And if I recall, it was Memphis, Kansas, North Carolina, and somebody else. But Memphis and Kansas ended up playing in the national championship, where my boy Mario Chalmers hit the game winner. Derrick Rose missed 2 free throws. Chalmers hit the 3, sent it in overtime. Kansas went on to win. So we got all 4 1 seeds in San Antonio. U of H, y'all gonna have the home court advantage because there's gonna be a lot of red in that building on Saturday night. They got Duke, Houston and Duke, Florida and Auburn. We shall see what happens, but we're going to get a #1 seed that's going to win the NCAA tournament. And we had 2 SEC schools make it to the Final Four, so they got a 50% chance at winning the national championship. So they went from 14 teams to 2 teams, and here it is. So it's been a good tournament. We just ain't had a lot of drama this year. Like I say, these smaller schools are gonna get hurt by this NIL and this transfer portal, because we seeing it. I mean, it's players already hitting the transfer portal, making their moves, coaches making their moves. We done had about 8, 9 coaches lead the team that they coached to the tournament to go coach another team. So even the coaches hitting the transfer portal. So it's just crazy. But all #1 seeds, man, I can't wait till Saturday. Once again, shout out to the Jackson Family Reunion 2025, man. You already know, fam. I love each and every one of y'all. Hey, can't wait for 2027 for the next one, man. So y'all already know, man. What's that, family? Y'all already know. It's your boy DaSlap. One shining moment. We're going to see who get that one shining moment in the Final Four. Can we get some dramatic finishes in these last 3 games? We got 2 games on Saturday, and then we got the national championship. So can we get some dramatic finishes down to the wire, last 5 minutes, both games? That's what I want. That's what I want to see. All 3 games, last 5 minutes, come down to the wire. So we shall see. Hey, go U of H. I'm going to ride with the hometown team, man. Y'all handle y'all business. This is the year, man. Go ahead and get it. Get it. Get that chip, man. You already know. It's your boy DaSlap. And I'm out.